Alrighty, is this working? It is. Good. Is music working? Music. 1 sec. So we got those things down. Where's the music? Here. Okay. So let's maybe move it over here. How loud is it? Let me see. How loud is it? Chini, if I can call you like that. Good evening, buddy. Give me just 2 seconds. Let me just adjust something. How is life? Let me just get started here. Okay, that's good. Let me just pour in some water before we start packing. And yeah. Yes. I have a chance. Let me see what that is. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Let me see what's happening. Set up faker. Max Dev. Good evening, buddy. How's life? Let me see just one thing. Sequelize sync. Be careful about this sequelize sync. Kirill, right? There's some sort of echo. Yeah, give me 1 second. It's probably... Yeah. I think it should be fine now, but maybe it's just music here. So you've used this sequelize sync, right? And that's gonna nuke everything in production, right? So we need to be very careful, I think, about that, right? Also, Fastify 14.17 is gonna make our extension that you and I wrote, it's gonna make it not work, right? So just FYI. So if you upgrade to 14.17, then I believe that's gonna break some of the our stuff with Fastify that we have, if I remember. All right. Let me just check. I've spent some time today setting up some logs and stuff. So let me just. Got it. Okay. I'll also pull this now. Let me just see. So today I've fixed some bugs, right? I see, special. Well, just make sure to do that sync if the environment is development, right? Because I'm super scared about those flags, about those methods, right? Those sequelize methods, right? Because we definitely don't want to run that in production, right? So yeah, today basically I spent some time fixing some of those bugs that some of the people reported last night, and I fixed, I think, most of them. And today we're gonna continue. Basically, I couldn't reproduce this one, so Sullivan he reported this one. And just give me 1 second before I start coding, because I keep now, because my chat now is on my top screen. It is a bit annoying, to be honest. So let me just pop out this chat, and then let's add it here. No, actually, in fact, just as we did yesterday. So let's do it like this, and then I guess this, right? Then I'm just gonna do the same on other 2 screens, right? It's really like just annoying, right? I have to look at the screen on the top of this screen, which is pretty tall, right? It's not very comfortable, right? So let me just set this up. Finally ready to start new job in 2 weeks. Nice, man. Congrats. That's good. Hopefully it's gonna be what you expected, right? That's always the risk of new jobs, right? You never know what you're gonna get, right? So I truly hope it's gonna be exactly what you looked for. Okay. And yeah, so now we should be kind of good, right? Yeah, exactly, Kirill. So I wanted to update Fastify, right, a couple of weeks ago already, because of course that we want to be on the last version of that, but then I didn't have the time to mess with the extension itself, right? So that's why I didn't do it. Okay, let me just set this a bit up, and then okay, so that's a bit strange. So why is this one not? Yeah. Why is this one allowing me to drag it as much as I want? That's a bit strange. Okay, great. So, all right. So now I have you guys here so I can read the actual chat properly. So, okay. So yeah, so today basically I fixed off stream some of the bugs from last night reported by some of you. It was a really good stream last night. And I also set up the some more infrastructure. More specifically, now we're not printing the logs to std out only. We are now saving the logs. We're doing like we're saving them in a file, and then I have we have a new source here in Grafana, right? I can actually show you if you care. But essentially, if we go over here and we edit this dashboard, right? We have a low key setup now, right? So now basically we are reading from a file, right? And yeah, we can visualize all of our logs. Now this is yeah, this is now our Fastify logs, and you know, they're not only printed to std out anymore, they're now actually stored in a file, which is good. So we persist those logs now, which is something that I wanted to do for a while, but I just didn't have the time. So I think when it comes to now monitoring and stuff, I think we are in a very good place. I don't have any more ideas of the things that we might need. So I think we are pretty good in that sense, actually. Let me just do one thing. So in simple words, yeah, we have pretty much monitoring now for everything. For a database, we have alerting, you know, if stuff goes down. We have the logs here. I'll do more on this in the upcoming days, just gonna create more dashboards for inspecting those logs and making it useful. I've installed some stream stickers today, so I don't even know what it is, but I've installed some stuff. Yeah, okay, so that's that, right? And yeah. So today we're gonna continue where we stopped last night, right? Which is, it was here, right? And if we open our courses diagram, right? We're gonna stop there. We're gonna continue there, sorry. So we will continue there, hopefully. Okay, yeah, so this is the last thing we drew last night, right? Okay, so cool. So yeah, so last night we kind of utilized this, and right now there is indeed a singular review in this. Let's actually go to our API, right? And let's try to fiddle with that a bit. Let me go to my front and let's grab this JSON web token so we can just do some testing, right? Actually, let's go over here and let's go to /me and let's just copy paste this cookie, right? So let's grab this stuff and let's go to our Thunder client, right? And here in the Thunder client, let's go to collections, let's go to ratings, add rating, rateable ID 1. Yeah, let's just go to auth, actually to headers. Let's make sure that the JSON web token is valid, and then let's add different types of reviews now again. So let's say 2, 1, 4. So now if we go to the front end, we should have a few more reviews. So now we have 8 reviews. The average is 4, right? Now, how come that we have 8? Did I really add that many? Let's see. So if we get this course, we have ratings. Let me just try one more thing. So if we go back to the API, so let's add another one. And let's go back to the front end. So how many do we have now? We have 9. Okay, it's all good. So you can kind of see. So we have the ratings and we have stuff there, and it's basically calculating the average. So the average is 4 now, right? If we actually go ahead and add several 1 stars, right? We're gonna reduce that average, right? You fixed the PR. Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay, great. Let me just review it right away and we can maybe get it in. Just make sure, you know, I pushed some code today, Spectre, so make sure that you pulled all of my stuff, right? As review. For this one here, Kirill, we have an enum for that. We have actually an enum for that, and the enum, it was called env enum. So make sure you, just so we don't hard code things, so make sure to use this env enum dot development, right? So essentially, let's go back here. Whatever it is, you're gonna get some IntelliSense, but yeah, we have the enum for that, just so we don't mistake it, right? Actually, you're watching me code now anyway, so we don't need it. I just need to process env is development. Yeah. Awesome. Let me refresh. Yeah. It's kind of strange that we still have yarn lock while we are using PM, right? That's a bit strange. Alright, well, you merge it when you want. Yeah, no worries, absolutely no worries. I do the same, Okay, so we have the reviews here, right? And I guess we'll need to, let's go to Udemy and see how does Udemy do it. So let me go to some of my courses that I'm attending. ChatGPT, how can I go back to this course? Yeah, so what do they do when you click on this? They render some ratings where? Okay. Obi, good evening, my friend. Good evening to you as well. Okay, we'll do some model, right? So when you click on this, we will show eventually some model. We don't have to do it now because it's not the most relevant stuff. So let's kind of continue building this feature, right? So let's go to the front and let's go to views course, yeah, to this guy, right? And yeah, so that's kind of where we stopped last night, right? And why is this thing okay? No, Max, I have, you know, I have probably like 100 courses that I bought over the years at Udemy. I maybe finished 3% of them, but it's a good platform, right? I do buy courses there, right? Because they're cheap in general. You know, every second or third week they have like sales, which is like get any course for $10 or something, right? So I probably on monthly basis buy some course there, right? It's there's solid content. There's solid content, if I may put it that way. Okay. So if we go back here to our beautiful drawing, right? So we want to, I guess, show the sections and what's available in the course. So let's kind of see about that, right? So so we're going to have some table of contents, right? So let's just wrap this, and then we're going to, somewhere at the end of this feature, we're going to, yeah, do whatever. But for now, let's just say section. Let's say, let's actually just wrap those into section as well, right? And yeah, we messed that up a bit, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay. So yeah, so let's say, yeah, lessons or whatever. And then we're gonna say, okay, let's see what this guy, okay. No, it's suggesting something that doesn't exist. Okay, but it had a good idea. It had a good idea for sure, right? So So what we will want to do here, right, is very similar what we have in the dashboard, right? So if we go to the dashboard and we go to course, to dashboard course, right? So somewhere around here, we're doing something, I guess, pretty similar, right? So we only want to so we want to do something, but yeah, but let's, yeah, okay. So let's print, let's say course dot, course sections dot map, right? And for each section, and then yeah, this, unfortunately, this this Copilot is sometimes very amazing and sometimes very annoying. So yeah, so it's kind of, yeah, lagging a bit, but it's, so there's no lessons. It's called section lectures, right? And then that's how we called it. So let's call it lecture here as well. And let's not link anywhere. We're not going to be linking. So we'll just say, yeah. And that, so let's just try that. Let's see if that's what we want. So course sections dot map section return div section title section lectures. Is that how it was? Let's just, we're actually printing the course, right? Yeah. Let's see what the course actually has. Course sections, course lectures. Yeah. So that's kind of almost fine, right? Let's see. So we have course sections map section, and then for each section we wanna, is it section lectures? What was it? Oh, course lectures. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, all right, cool. It's gonna be something like that, I assume. Yeah, and then we should get some list here, right? And that's okay, right? Let's now do a bit of indentation and stuff like that, right? So technically all of those are now sections, right? So yeah, so we have a section title, and then here we can say PL, I don't know, 4, just to indent them a bit. Yeah, let's kind of zoom in a bit, and let's just get rid of this introduction. So those are the sections, and then those are the lectures available in this course, and we're not going to be making them clickable, right? They will be read-only. This is, you know, you come to a landing page of a course and you see, okay, this is the course, those are the ratings, and then those are the lessons available for this course, right? Yeah, so okay, so that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so what we actually gonna do, we're gonna say my, let's say 8, and then we'll do some styling here, not too much, because like I said, we are not there yet, right? So we'll say leading, is it leading, right? Yeah, let's put some line height here. Actually quite strange that it's not doing anything. Yeah, okay, so let's do something like that. Let's say actually 8. Yeah, and then let's do a bit of just a bit of, yeah, we'll see how this is going to turn out eventually, but let's make sure that at least sections are bold or something, and then we'll move on. We're not going to be spending too much time on making things pretty now. We wanna go ahead and build the actual functionality. Let's say text indigo 500 or something, right? And we can in fact here say disk, whatever, disk list disk or something, right? No, that actually kind of sucks ass, right? So let's maybe indent a bit more. And then yeah, let's make sure that the sections themselves are actually, so let's say class name MB8 or something like that, right? So just to, or MB4. Okay, great. So yeah, here you come, you see the lectures and stuff, what you're going to be able to learn in this course. What else could we have? So yeah, so basically that's this part here. Then the ratings are somewhere down, right? Yeah, and then the instructor. I think instructor could be cool to be somewhere. I wouldn't put it in the bottom. I would, yeah, I don't know if we need this crap, right? Maybe yes, maybe not. Probably not for the start, but let's go actually to the API and let's take a look at the get courses, right? And yeah, but we need a singular one. We need the get course one, right? So let's do this join as well here, right? So to get a course, let's also include, yeah, and then also let's do something like that, right? So let's try to do this join. Let's try to get the author of the course as well. And actually I put that in a wrong place again. I don't know how. So let's go up here instead, and the model include la la la. So let's do this, and let's just first see if this fails, and then if it doesn't fail, then it, yeah. So are we still getting it? Yeah, so we're still getting it. So the only thing we need to do, we need to extend the actual schema now, right? So if we go to the router and say get course and get course schema. Chica, good evening, buddy. Just continuing with courses pretty much, right? Not much, right, to say. Not much to say. I spent today fixing bug reported last night. And I did more infrastructure today, just some more logging and stuff like that. So I did that off stream. Yeah, now we're here again building the courses thing. So yeah, so here we have a course author now, and obviously the data structure is wrong. We're gonna fix that. So let's just say we basically have to get rid of this thing, and then it's gonna be accurate, right? So if we go back here now, we should be getting an author of that course, and the course author type object properties la la la. Let me actually go to the get course thing. Did we do something wrong? Mods user. Yeah, so that actually looks fine. That looks okay. Let's go back here again. So what is this? Where are we? Get course schema. Yeah, response. Course author type object, right? Properties. Yeah, so that's fine. So why is it returning an empty thing? It's a bit strange. It should not be doing that. First name, last name, username, avatar. Yeah, that's a bit strange. Course sections. And then when it was an array, it actually worked. Okay, that's a bit awkward, I must admit. Let's see. That's super strange, yeah, because, oh yeah, because did we make it so that, yeah, so I think when I designed the model, didn't we make it kind of that one course can belong to multiple authors, right? So I guess that's, yeah, I think so, right? So if we take a look at the database, right? Let's see how we did that, right? I think we have this junction table, right? And then we have course author, right? Yeah, so that's why it's an array. It makes sense, right? It makes sense because, you know, I want this feature to work in a way. So for example, Chica and I and Leo can start a course together, and then, right? So this is so a single course can be written and recorded by multiple authors, right? So, okay, so this is actually fine, right? This is okay. This is actually okay. Okay, that's really good, actually. Okay, so let's go to the front, right? And so let's show that author information in here, right? So let's say here, no, let's say we'll see again how this is gonna look like. So let's course dot what was it? What was the and we'll need to kind of also prettify this. Kind of sucks, course sections with underscore and stuff. This is not how we're gonna do it, right? Also says course author, not authors, right? So all of that is kind of wrong, right? So we'll need to fix that. But for now, yeah, let's just not get lost in those details. Let's call them irrelevant details for now, right? And let's just return some div here. And then, yeah, so say key is author dot id, right? And then we'll say author, I don't know, first name, author, last name. Let's just see if it works. Is that my first and last name, CCCDDD? Yeah, it is. All right, that's actually, I need to fix that as well. Okay, so where were we? Ah, yeah, courses. So we go here. So yeah, here's me now. Okay, that's good. Let's keep on going. So we're gonna actually, so let's actually, what is this paragraph? Okay, let's put this in another span. Let's say here avatar or something. I think this is my core component for the avatar, right? It takes source, alt, and size. Okay, so let's give it a source of author.avatar, I presume, right? Let's go back here. Yeah, it works. Great. Let's say size is gonna be, I don't know, 40. I guess this is in pixels. Yeah. And then let's say, yeah, this is kind of wrong now, so we need to move this out. And yeah, let's say here class name, it's gonna be flex gap 2 item center. So just so we can show this stuff here. And maybe, just maybe, let's do another paragraph here and say author.about. If I actually have any about, or let's actually take a look. What am I? I don't think we're returning that property at all, so that's why we're not seeing it, right? Yeah. So let's go to the API and let's say here about, just so our API doesn't filter that out. So now we should be seeing the about, right? I think. I actually don't see it yet. That's a bit strange. Ah, because I updated the wrong thing. Fair enough. So let's add it here. Seems I yeah. Why is my browser not visible here? Did you configure Webpack yourself? I'm not using Webpack. I'm using Vite. Afternoon, clever programmer. Good evening, buddy. Okay, that's good. Where are we? Okay, so we're actually there. So let's wrap this in another div. And yeah, so let's see what we got here, right? So let's I didn't work today. Today it's a public holiday here in Denmark, right? So so yeah, luckily we didn't work today at all. So I was just with my family and I was just coding stuff off stream, right? I was just coding stuff off stream. But yeah. What is this? What are we doing? Margin bottom. Yeah, so actually, guess we want to do this, right? Yeah. And essentially, I see. For sure he was fine with that. For sure he was fine with that. All right. So, and we're gonna obviously break this down eventually, so I'm not worried about that. Avatar. So let's actually put this in another div. And let's say here, class name width of, what would be the 40 alternative? Is there 40? Yeah, that would be 10, right? And then, yeah, we'll need to, let me see, I think the issue here is that there's this, yeah, my, yeah, exactly. So let's kind of get rid of that crap. Where is this thing? Yeah, here. Let's get rid of that. And in fact, let's just say MB2, and then I guess here we can just, we don't actually need the span. Let's just say text LG, text indigo 500 or something. And actually no, so let's maybe get rid of this then. So this is just the author, right? And what is this? Let's make this maybe a bit bigger. Width of what can we do? 14, yeah, and then we're gonna say 56 here as well. Okay, so let's imagine that's the author over there. Let's increase this gap a bit. Let's imagine that's going to be the author, the person who wrote this course. We probably will, yeah, we'll need to do a bit of stuff there. Let's actually get inspired again by some other course. So let's go here. Let's go here and see how they're doing it. Okay, I see. So they don't really have about the author there. Of the author. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. We're gonna have it. I do want to have it. And then functionality wise, we'll obviously want to have a nav link here, right? So this is gonna be nav link. That's gonna have a key of author.id, right? So we're gonna then get rid of this fella. And then this is going to take you to, and it's going to be slash author.username, right? And then if I click on this, should take me to my profile, to the author's profile, and that's good. Now do we want to show this image here? I don't actually know, to be honest with you. Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe something like that, right? I don't actually know. We don't know what we want to actually show, right? But yeah, we definitely need to keep things interconnected, right? It's a platform where you want people to check each other and stuff like that, right? Nukes 1000, thank you very much, man. Okay, great. So that's good. Let me actually change this localhost avatar. It looks like shit. So let me use the standard stuff that I generally use. Yeah, okay, so that's maybe gonna look a bit better. Let's go to courses again, and let's go here. Yeah, so that's maybe slightly better. I don't actually know. Okay, so now we show this thing, so it's gonna be table of contents of some sort, right? Or hey, you know, this is the landing page of this course, and this is what you got. Let's yeah, so here, let's reduce this to 2XL, and let's say text indigo 500. Yeah, let's say text bold, or yeah, that's the course order. Yeah. Yeah, so let's kind of do this, right? That's okay. This is the course description, right? Then you have the author and the reviews, right? Where is this going to be exactly? We'll figure out when we get to the last stage of this, which is going to be fiddling with design and stuff. Right now, we don't really care how things look like. We're building the functionality all the way through, right? And where did I want to put this in role? Yeah, so so the course itself also can have a preview, right? So maybe, yeah, I don't actually know, right? Maybe we should have also included the list of languages, right, that the course can belong to, right? Let me actually go to the model here, right? So let's see, course, lecture, course. And so this is what the course has, right? Maybe we should also have a language, right? So say language. Yeah. Give me a list of most commonly used languages in a comma separated array, separated JavaScript array of strings. Jeff, thank you very much, man. Exactly, yeah. Sorry, not programming, but actual spoken languages. Same Leo, pretty much. Jesus Christ, man, are you serious? What are those languages, man? What the hell is this, dude? Jesus Christ. Okay, forget this. Alright, so actually let's not then do that now. We can do that later, right? Javanese, what the hell is that, man? Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. Okay, actually, let's just make it 8. Alright, cool. So now we have that. Somewhere we're gonna have, so let's slam an enroll button, right? Let's slam an enroll button somewhere, so user, and then we need to map that to the actual HTTP action. Vega, thank you very much, man, appreciate it. So somewhere in between here, right? And thank you everybody for your follow, serious. Appreciate it very much. So let's say here enroll or whatever. And yeah, we'll do a bit of this button now. Let's just say MY16 or something, right? I have different chairs. I'm not using the same chair. I have I'm not using, I mean, for the most part, I'm standing. 80-90% of the time, I'm not sitting, I'm standing, right? I just, that's just, OB is just how I think, right? It's not inspired by anything really. It's just how, it just came out of my mind. That's what I like. I like simplicity, right? So, I guess, yeah. Jays, good evening, my friend. Let's say PX, I don't know, 16. We need, well, like one fat, big, we need like just a massive kind of call to action. It's like, hey, enroll in this course, right? is this gonna be here and stuff. I mean, well, again, I don't care necessarily yet how things look like. We just need to make sure that, yeah. Product manager plus developer, you have every domain covered. I mean, being product manager is hard, right? That's good product. I mean, I have my friend Steen, Steen and I, we run our own team at Dream Data. So I'm a tech lead in my team. So tech lead generally works very closely to product manager, right? So I spend most of my meetings and most of the work I do is actually with the product manager, right? Because I'm always brought in the meetings when something in my team needs to happen, right? So being a good product manager is hard, right? Because it's not about, companies never have a problem of things to do, right? It's when to do it, right? Every company has a massive backlog of things that they know that they want to do. But hard thing of being a product manager is like knowing when to do those things, right? And so it's a very, very, that's why it's such a, also a very, very paid role, because it takes a lot of experience and talent as well to be a good product manager, right? Product manager has very little to do with design, right? That designers do the design, right? But yeah, sometimes product manager might design as well. I agree. Okay, so let's imagine this super simple UI. You click here. So let's connect this enroll now with actually user enrolling, and then we'll figure out how all of this crap is going to look like. Clearly, it's not going to look like this. We know that, right? Let me just do one thing. I'll just actually need to increase the size of all of this text because it seems actually for some reason too small. I don't know why. And then for the author, let's just say here text Excel, like, hey, did I increase the right thing? No. Yeah, I did apparently, but that's good. I mean, that's you should be happy, right? That's the beauty of some jobs, right? Most product managers would be happy, right? So it's good, right? You're gonna learn a lot of skills, and right, and then at one point in your career, you're gonna get more kind of narrowed down job, right? Okay, so now we have this thing right here, and here we're gonna call obviously the service, right? Or we're gonna do an HTTP call, right? So when you click this, and then we need to do the logic and stuff. So right, there's a lot of logic that we have to do. So here we're gonna say enroll course, right? It is, right? It is, but that's there's a saying, smooth seas do not make a sailor, right? So you get, you don't learn the sailing while standing on the water with your boat, right? So right, so embrace it, right? It's actually good. And yeah, we don't actually need this. Let's leave that there. Is this actually, so let's go to our readme, right? And let's go to Swagger. It keeps opening it always in a new window, right? Black box for that. I don't know what you mean, clever programmer. I have no idea what you said. You using black box for that auto-generate, which auto-generated code? Ah, you mean I'm using GitHub Copilot. Ah, yeah, I am. Yes. Ah, why am I actually, I copied the wrong thing. No, I'm not using any, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard of that extension. So API v1 courses, course ID enroll. Okay, that's actually correct. So this will enroll us in a course. And then, yeah, so here, So obviously, let's see actually, so if I go to the API, right, let's close a bunch of this gibberish, right? So let's go to enroll. I think we have an endpoint called enroll course, right? Well, your company should be paying for that. I'm not paying for this. My company is paying for stuff like GitHub Copilot and stuff. But even if they are not, I would be paying it myself. But you should get, if you're working, your company should be paying for the tools that benefit them, right? It's ridiculous that they're not doing that, right? So this is actually useless. We should not be returning this because this is a joined table, right? So let's actually not do this. So here we're gonna, and let's make sure that we update our schema so it doesn't imply that we are actually returning something, right? If you're working full-time, right? If you're working in a company full-time, then you should not be using words free and stuff like that, right? If you're not having a job and stuff, then I understand. If you have a job, your company should be paying for those tools. If you didn't ask them, then you should ask them, right? So it's ridiculous to talk about this pricing, right? Because it's ridiculously cheap, right? Okay, good. Well, I mean, kind of, okay, so we already linked this thing. Let's see, why are we getting, user is already enrolled in this course. Okay, great. So, well, that's now the thing, right? So now we need, well, now we need functionality for that, right? So we're gonna get this, so we get a course, right? So what we could do, right? So yeah, so actually what we're gonna do here, right? So let's go to get course, right? And what we are actually going to do is let's try to incorporate some information about if you are in fact enrolled inside of this course, right? So let's take a look here. So, but we find the course, right? But it would be nice, I guess, if this endpoint also returns knowledge about the logged in user if that user is actually enrolled, right? If we take a look at course enrollment, I guess I mean, if you go to their documentation, right, I think benefits honestly are pretty clear. But I mean, I can speak about it if you want, right? But there's nothing better than Fastify in the Node.js world right now, right? So that would be the very general statement, right? Would be there's nothing better, number one. And now, of course, we could get into details of we can break that down, what that means, right? But in simple words, there's no better technology if you're writing Node.js APIs than Fastify, right? If you care to know more, I'm happy to talk about it, but Burakis, good evening, buddy. But in simple words, nukes, right? There's many reasons. It comes with a very fast and efficient logger, Pino. It comes with a plugin system, which is microservice first. It comes with the simple decorator system. It's way less opinionated than, let's say, Nest.js, which comes with a lot of object-oriented ideas and decorators and classes and right. So Fastify is something between fully featured framework and a library, right? So think about Fastify as something a lot better than Express and slightly more opinionated. So it comes with amazing error handling. It comes with async and await first-class citizen support. It comes with great logging. It's very efficient, it's very fast, it has been built to be fast, right? And it's incredibly simple. It's as simple as Express, right? And that's why it's good, basically, right? It comes with a AGV validator, JSON schema validator as a first-class citizen, and as you can see, I also get this Swagger for free, right? So, you know, so, and etc, 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 right? So there's many reasons why you would use it. But the faster can be used as an argument, but in most circumstances, right? The thing is that in most circumstances, the API is not the bottleneck, right? So no matter if you're using Express or Fastify or Nest.js or Go, right? In specific circumstances, right? Your scaling issues are not going to be on how many thousands of requests per second this technology can deliver, because way before you reach that limit, your database is going to become a problem, etc., and with many other things, right? So in simple words, yes, you can say Fastify is vastly more faster, like a lot more faster than, say, Express, but that wouldn't be necessarily the main point you would use to say, okay, is that why you should use Fastify? No, right? Because again, in most circumstances, you're going to hit database scaling issues way before, you know, how many thousands of requests a second your API can deliver, right? Because the bottleneck is going to be on the database and some other services way before it's, because you can scale, you know, your node to just multiple, you can just cluster it, you can run 10, you run it, you know, 10 instances of it, and now you can, you know, handle 400,000 requests or something a second, right? But your database cannot handle that many connection poles and stuff like that, so then you have to scale your database, and that's a lot more difficult than scaling your API, right? Scaling your API, especially on GCP and those platforms, you have auto scaling, right? So that's automatic pretty much, right? So don't choose your API technology just because it's fast or not, because that's ridiculous, right? Ah, actually, yeah, we have this crap. Okay, good. No, never mind. No, I mean, I'm not following those FANG companies, what they do, right? Because what they do is irrelevant for 99% of us, right? Because we're not building Amazons of the world, right? So what Amazon does, what, I don't know, some of those companies do, in most circumstances you'll never do, because it doesn't apply to your use cases unless you're working on a, right? Where is the students? So here it is, right? So this is basically the enrollment stuff. So this is kind of how we can see if I'm enrolled or not, right? Okay, great. So okay, so let's kind of continue. I'm getting super carried away by the chat. Okay, so yeah. Jesus Christ, man. What the... What's a piece of advice that you wish you knew when you were into a year of coding? I think Jace, I've seen that question a lot, right? And there's people making videos about that sort of stuff and stuff. And no, that's those things, believe it or not, right, are impossible to answer, right? Nobody thinks that way. I don't sit, you know, I don't sit every day and think, oh, how was I thinking when I was coding for 3 days or 1 year or whatever, right? So I mean, yeah, you have to. There isn't. I can give you the most basic advice, and that is you have to build things, right? So I mean, you cannot learn any craft in life, a sport, a craft, anything without doing, right? So that's number one thing. So you can buy as many books as you want, courses, watch Twitter heroes talk some bullshit and stuff, but at the end of the day, right, you only gain skill by working. So try to build things, try to join company where you can work in cross teams and bigger teams on interesting projects, right? Because everything else is just bullshit, right? So if you're not building things, you are doing nothing. You're useless, right? So that's the main advice you really need. Yeah, Twitter heroes. I mean, those people who live off of just talking bullshit, right? Or talking about trends and changing opinions every second day, right? So that's kind of what I would do, right? I would build things, right? More and more, just build things. I actually don't need this is enrolled. Scar, today we're just continuing basically with the continuing with the courses, right? We're just building this courses feature, and that the goal is, that we get as far as we can, right? I started streaming quite late, so let's see basically how far we can get, right? But the goal is, as always, the same: show up, make progress, and then show up another day and make more progress, right? So as always, right, our goal is to just keep being further away than we were the day before, right? And it's happening every day. We are doing more and more and more, right? Pretty much clever, right? A lot of kids today, they just want to talk crap and make money. That's everyone's dream. Everybody wants to be sitting on Twitch and YouTube and pretending that they're working, right? How great would that life be, right? I hope I'm not an influencer. That would not be good. Yeah, I mean, everybody, well, I mean, yeah. It's like, when you go to a doctor and he's super obese and useless and unhealthy, and then he gives you a health advice, right? It's kind of, we all know, it's, again, as I always say in this stream, right? Everybody can say things, but very few can do things, right? Scar, yeah, for the most part it's done, yes, but I disabled it because I need to finalize it off stream, because it's not really fun to do it in the stream, to be very honest with you. So yeah. Now I'm just thinking, should a user be able to I would just say just build things, right? What too much hassle says is a very accurate and very generic way to say it, right? Because everybody says that, right? But if you want translation to that, I can just tell you build things, right? You know, that's how you learn those things. That's how you learn the paradigms. That's how you learn the languages. That's how you learn everything by building, right? Everything else is just useless, right? If you sit and do those things by the book, it's useless, right? Because your brain is not wired to learn theory without application, right? It doesn't work like that, right? So yes, do you need to know? It's like when you're, using the hammer for the first time, that then you hit yourself in a finger because I should move my hand away. Okay, well then you figure. So that's how you learn patterns as well. You learn things by applying some logic and stuff like that, right? So, and you can only become good at that by building, right? Yeah, exactly. This is a very practical job, not theoretical, right? So theory is very important, but you have to learn it from the top down approach, not bottom up approach. Because bottom up approach is useless because you learn a bunch of useless concepts and then you start building things and then you forget 80% of those concepts, right? Anyway, okay, so let's so what do I want to do here? So when you're enrolled, right, should you be able to outroll or whatever would be opposite of enroll? Drop out, maybe. Yeah, drop out. Okay, that's funny. All right. Yeah, so let's yeah, actually let's do it like that, right? And then I guess people can yeah. What is this crap? No, that's actually not what I wanted to do at all. But let's just say here that it's outlined if is enrolled. You should use ChatGPT no matter who you are. Beginner, 40 years old experience, 4 months experience, you should use it, right? Because again, I think one thing, if you're very young, take this advice from me, right? Because I think when people are too young, they're, you know, I'm not 50, right? So I'm 34, but I guess I'm old enough. So take this advice, right? There is nothing, and I'm just talking to, if there are some 18 years old guys here, 15, 17, 20, take this advice from me, right? There's nothing idealistic in the world, right? So there's no such thing, should I use something to my advantage? Such questions shouldn't exist in your mind, right? So you're asking me, should you use something that can solve problems for you? That's fundamentally flawed question, right? Of course you should, because this world doesn't care how you did things. This world will expect you to do things, and it's not gonna ask you how you did it. So don't ever, whenever you're in doubt if you should do something that benefits you, that makes no sense, right? Leo, thank you very much, man. Have a good night. So it's don't ask such questions even. Of course you should use it. Of course you should use it. The thing is, when you're learning things, right? When you're learning things with or without ChatGPT, you see there's this misconception how ChatGPT is new in a way. It's like, oh wow, with ChatGPT we copy paste code for 30 years, right? So don't assume that until ChatGPT came that everybody understood every single line of code. People are copy pasting code from Stack Overflow for 20 years, right? So in a way, right, so it's kind of, yeah, so just use the tools to your advantage. Try to learn along the way as much as you can. It's not that I'm understanding every single line of code I write. That would be such a lie to say, right? And I don't, because I don't have to understand every single line of code I write. That's ridiculous, right? Of course I don't. I have to understand things that matter, and I'm not gonna get into source code of every single library that I'm using and understand what it does. Because if you claim that you understand every single line of code that you have in your project, then you're claiming that you're understanding what, like 300,000 lines of code, right? So focus on the things that you have to understand, and that's sufficient, right? Exactly, pretty much. Okay, so and let's call this one toggle enroll course, right? Something like that, right? And then over here, let's actually get rid of that, right? And what do we have in the actual API? So we have enroll. Let's actually go over here. Enroll, we have unenrolled. That's completely not accurate, right? But who cares? So let's come here and say const, endpoint or whatever. Yeah, something like that, right? Pretty much, right? Okay, so I was actually interesting. Okay, so if it's enrolled, unenrolled, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Maybe the state of this is for whatever reason wrong. Let's see. So enrolled is enrolled in a course. Yeah. So are we? Yeah, actually. It's saying not found. Okay, interesting. Is it a delete or something? Let's see. Yeah, it's a delete. That's why, right? I see. Okay. Well, let's just do it slightly different, right? Let's do it slightly different then, right? So we're gonna say, hey, if is enrolled, we're gonna leave that there, right? We're gonna just say, and then delete, and we can actually just return here, right? So now that should be kind of fine, right? Rolled, and we need some loading state obviously and stuff, and then enroll, right? All right, cool. Okay, so yeah. Well, let's try something like that, right? Let's kind of get rid of this for a moment. And yeah, so let's get course, right? We get here, and then we're gonna pretty much do this. So set is enrolled. Yes. So that's fine. And now, so if it's enrolled and we unroll, so we're gonna say set is enrolled false. And then yeah, and then here we're gonna say set is enrolled true, and that should be sufficient, right? Right? All right, cool. All right, so again, we don't really care at this stage about the UI, so this is pretty much what we care about. Okay, so when you actually enroll, right, what would be the next thing? Well, the next thing would be that you, I guess, go, so next view that we have to build basically, right, is this view here. So now you're enrolled and you can start the actual course, right? So you get to this view, right, and then you get to this view here, right? So that's kind of the last kind of big view. And then maybe most likely tomorrow we're gonna start, or maybe even tonight, making things look nice, etc., right? What is this crap? Ah, okay, I see. Oh my God, Vince. Good evening, buddy. How's life serving you? Let me just see. Okay, nice. We have a few more people signing up. Pretty cool. Nice. Asus disliked my article. Okay, interesting. Okay, so going back here. All right, so you're enrolled now. So what else do you do? Well, if you come to the landing page, so if I come to testing, yeah, or maybe just my article sucks ass. Good, Vince. Good. Pretty good, man. Just So you can see, so on Udemy, right? If you come to the landing page of a course, it says, hey, you purchased this course, and then you can say go to course, right? So yeah, so thank you very much for the follow. When will the course be out? Christian, I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean the courses feature that we're building in a couple of days, right? In a couple of streams from now. Okay, so actually let's kind of maybe try doing what they're doing as well. So if we go to courses and then we go into the course, so instead of saying enrolled, which is kind of useless, why would you want to unenroll? That must make sense. Okay, so let's kind of get back here and yeah, let's so this is all fine, right? The only thing we actually want to do, right, is so we don't, so yeah, so, and where is that crap? Toggle enroll course. Yeah, no, so let's just call this enroll course, right? No, Asus, please do. That's why we're in the alpha stage, right? So kind of says the alpha here. So yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, the feedback from you guys is so valuable that it's ridiculous, right? Enroll, okay. Enroll course is enrolled. Okay, that's a bit strange. What the fuck? Oh yeah, it's because we didn't fix this stuff. Okay, I see. So it says enroll. So actually, so we're not gonna be doing this, right? So we're gonna actually, Vince, I'm gonna record a new YouTube video tomorrow. I think it's been a couple of days now since I did it. And thank you very much. I saw your comments on YouTube, and I highly appreciate the nice comments, man. Okay, so essentially here, let's do it like this. So we're gonna say, hey, you know, if you're not enrolled in a course, then show enroll, right? And then we're gonna show the same or additional button here, right? And let's just say go to course, right? It's not a dummy thing. We're building the same feature that Udemy has, basically, right? So in a couple of days, you're gonna be able to I'm gonna be recording first courses on for Programmer Network just to get people to the platform. But yeah, we're building the same functionality like they have in some other platforms, like, right? So you can come and record a course and you know, have people watch your course and stuff like that, right? So it's just yeah. So it's like you know, a million other places that exist, right? Yeah, and I'm gonna start with a Fastify course, then I'm gonna do React, and my hopes are is if I build some of the free courses, right, that can also bring people to the platform, right, to use it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not that I'm trying to kind of say that I'm super empathetic in a way, or it's like, yeah, I'm just giving away. Yes, it's gonna be a lot of work, and I want to give away. I want to give the knowledge away, and of course gain something in return, which is hopefully try to get more people, more and more people to sign up and use this platform, right? So I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be video tutorials, right, and stuff. So it's you know, it can take a couple of hours, right? Usually, you know, depending how big the subject is, right? Right. Give me two. Actually, wait. Yeah, actually. Wait, amazing people last night, they gave us a lot of super cool icons, right? Vince, thank you very much, man, and thank you as always for coming around and stuff. As always, it's I guess not necessary to say, but yeah, appreciate you coming by all these months, I guess. I'm just gonna try some icon or something, right? So Itver, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, there's 7 billion icons, right? It doesn't really matter, right? All of them are good. All of them are good, right? It's just icons, right? But I think I have something already. So let's just say here, arrow right. Yeah. Let's say class name v4 or something. Let's see what this does, right? Yeah, I don't have any imports. All of those are part of my core library, right? So Kira, love you, man. What is to say? Thank you very much. Super happy when you're here, man. I hope you can yeah, whenever you can, and keep me posted about that. Yeah, we need to fix our plugin, because I also know what the issue is. Fastify essentially doesn't allow anymore that you set things to false, right? So that's what the issue is, unfortunately, right? But yeah, let's figure out together how we want to fix it, right? Sounds great. Sounds great, Vince. Sounds great, man. Okay, so we're gonna have this sort of stuff here, right? Yeah, we'll need to start introducing some other colors for those buttons, right? This call to action, like, what's the color name? Let's say a rose. Obviously not rose, right? That's too radical, but some sort of green or something, right? Because everything is everything's kind of the same color now. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, man. Sure, sounds good. Okay, well, screw it, right? Let's just leave it as it is, and let's keep building the functionality, right? That's what we're doing. Train my JavaScript skills. Well, yeah. Just build things, as I always say, right? And that's how you're gonna train them. Without building things, everything is just cheap talk, right? So just sit and hack on, right? Build apps, and yeah, that's for the most part where the knowledge hides. Okay, well, screw that. Okay, so let's I'm gonna probably, yeah. So let's now make this clickable, and let's make sure that we have, so how would we actually call this additional thing? So now you're getting a course. So now you're on the landing page of a course, right? And now I guess we need the lecture ID. So now when you actually get into a course, right, we're gonna have a view in which, yeah, you're gonna be switching between different lecture IDs for that course. Meaning, yeah, you're gonna get here, you're gonna be on lecture 1, then lecture 2, right? Yep. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, yeah. So let's go over here and let's go. Sako, my friend, good evening. How is life? How is life? How is wife? And all of those are actually over time not actually going to be IDs. Those are going to be the actual unique names of the lecture and course and stuff. This is just for now. And yeah, let's kind of nice, man. Nice. Amazing. Looking forward for that wedding to see you guys. Not much, man. Not much. Just hacking away. Standard stuff. Family, wife, kid. This project work, right? We should have a beer or coffee, man. I don't know when you're free. Actually, no, but I was literally thinking now as you were typing about that. No, because I was thinking about that mainly because if user would click on this thing at some other given time in time, we would want to send him or her to the specific lecture, right? But we're gonna add that. So when all of this is done, we're gonna add that nice to have stuff. It's right. We can have yeah, we can have another table for that or whatever, right? But for now, no. For now, no, right? I'm free every week, right? Just ping me, right? Whenever you want. What advice would you give to someone that knows how to do backend and frontend but lacks in designing and styling skills? I mean, I think OB most developers are in that zone, right? Most full stack developers are like that. And what advice can I give you? Well, just mimic designs, right? If you can't come up with something, if you don't have an eye, right? If you don't have an eye for something, then just mimic what other peoples have done, right? Go and check other websites, copy paste from there, right? That's what probably 99% of the designers are doing as well, right? So in a way, don't feel like you're stealing something from somewhere, right? Because that's what most product managers do as well. They go and they copy paste stuff from the internet, right? So yeah, like but again, you know, you have to identify is if you're lacking the actual talent. Like some people literally are just, they don't have an eye and they can't learn it because they just don't get it, right? So if you're that person, that's fine. And also, like Sako said, right, I don't think you are necessarily expected to know those things. Unless you want to be sitting like me here and building your own products, then it certainly helps, right? But for example, it doesn't really necessarily also require me at my everyday job to be perfect designer, right? I don't really need to have that skill, but I think that skill is super useful if you want to build your own company and stuff, right? Then yeah, you should definitely have that skill, right? It's just like we're gonna have a lot of I'm doing backend dev, Jace, every day, right? You're watching it in a stream, right? Every single day, past 15 years, almost. I'm just thinking, so we will need a few more features that we didn't really write down. We're gonna need some access control lists, right? We're gonna need some permissions. And then we're gonna need some route restrictions, right? So for example, yeah, if you're not enrolled in a course, you probably shouldn't be able to see lectures, right? So you might go to courses / course title, right? And then / you know, something, right? So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Sako, for sure, right? For sure. I'm not worried about that. That's the least concern now. Now I'm more kind of thinking about, so we'll need some checks in the UI, right? Like if you can access a course or not, and then tracking the progress for sure. We'll have that, but I don't find it super important right now, right? Well, we're not gonna kind of update it on click, right? We're gonna update it. We're gonna have some sort of like checkbox or whatever, right? So we're gonna mark that you're done with the lesson when you actually click that you're done, right? It's just now, I'm just thinking now, so this is a landing page of a course, and then we need to go to, so when you, we just need another place, like basically maybe /course or whatever, right? Or / you get what I mean? We just need another route to go somewhere so we can render this. So let's call it learn, right? So we're just gonna call it learn or something like that for now, and then before we release, we'll figure it out. But this is gonna be course ID and then /learn, right? And then we will not necessarily use any sort of ID or anything. So right now you're always gonna get the course, and then community coffee stream meetup. Actually, at any time, Chica, I can maybe do that tomorrow in the morning or whatever. Anytime, man. Okay, so let's get that in. So now if I actually go over here, right? Learn, it should open that view, right? Hi, Sako. Yeah, okay. And this is basically course details, right? Or this is the course view, right? So so let's create another kind of thing here. Let's call it course details, right? Or course view or something. I don't know. Course. Yeah, so should have maybe named this stuff, you know, course landing page or something like that. Let's do that, right? So let's say here, course landing page or whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. So we need to rename this just a bit for clarity, right? So let's call this course landing page. Page is kind of killing my eyes, but that's what it is. And then let's call this course landing page. Geek, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Now let's get down here, and that's great. And then let's get over here, and that's kind of automatically updated, so that's fine, right? Let's also name this course landing page. And then where is it? Course. Yeah, but I don't think no, absolutely not, right? I think a lot of you have asked me this question, right? But I think fundamentally, you guys, I think a couple of weeks ago, someone on Discord asked the same question, right? You have to No, that's not how the whole point of JSON Web Tokens is stateless authentication, right? You don't store stateless tokens in a database, right? Because you make something that's inherently stateless, you make it stateful, right? So that's like you use a technology for what you gain the most, and then you make it the opposite, right? Just JSON Web Tokens and sessions, they don't go together, right? And that's not how you do access control lists, right? You have roles and you have utilities and you have, right? So that would be that you don't generate JSON Web Tokens for different states in your app for every user, right? JSON Web Tokens and sessions are two entirely opposite concepts, right? JSON Web Tokens, we use JWT authentication because it's stateless, and then session-based in-memory authentication, it stores literally the actual string of some sort, some encoded string, it stores it in memory, and then it keeps the state like that, right? So if you restart your server, then you log out all of your users, for example, right? Because it's kept in memory, right? But generally, yeah, that even if something like that you would do, that would be highly inefficient, because encoding and decoding strings like that is actually not a cheap operation, right? But yeah, well, at one point, right, in time, maybe even during the courses now, right, we'll simply need to use Castle or something like that for access control lists, right? So we'll need a proper permission-based system, right? So for example, there's Cashbin, there's Castle, right? So we'll probably be using Castle JS or something like that, right? So we're probably going to be using Castle or Cashbin, right? I think it's called. But yeah, so this is essentially a nice kind of this is a nice functional kind of library for dealing with permissions. So we're probably going to be using Castle or something similar, right? But this is kind of it has a very nice API, and then you can take a look at this, right? So we'll probably in a couple of weeks, because at one point I think already with courses, because we're gonna need the permissions are gonna be the fundamental, one of the core parts of the system, right? Simply because once we start creating company pages, organizational pages, then when an organization is created, they will want to invite members and then give them different permissions, etc., etc. And doing that properly is not easy, right? It's actually pretty annoying. So it's going to be fun, right, for all of us. What the hell is this? That's not what I wanted at all. All right. Let's get somewhere around here. So course details, and then we'll pretty much do the same here. Course details, right? And then we're gonna search for Sacco, and then we'll render this stuff over here, right? That's great. Okay, and yeah, so now we're here and we're gonna do the standard stuff. We're gonna wrap this. Sounds good, my friend. Say hi to your better half and enjoy your evening. Will do, buddy. Will do. I see. Okay. I know. All right, cool. Think that's it. Okay, so now, so this is going to be the view. So essentially, so you go to courses, right? You create a course, get here, you enroll in a course, you open up a course, and then you end up there, right? Okay, so that's fine, right? Yeah, so yeah. And then, yeah, when you get here, now we're basically now we're here, right? Now we have to build this view. So with those things in the right, and then the content rendering in the left. So if there's a video, we're gonna render a YouTube video like this. We're gonna test that now, and then we're gonna render the tip-tap kind of HTML or tip-tap editor state down here, right? So let's kind of get started with that. So it would be nice if we can actually make that working now. Yeah. So yeah. So essentially, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna say const params maybe. Yeah, actually that's pretty much what I wanted. Yeah. And eventually, before we release this feature, we're gonna, again, we're not gonna be using the IDs of a course. We're gonna be using like a course title or whatever as an identifier, because it kind of really sucks ass how it looks like, right? But let's actually go over here and let's make sure. Thank you very much, Emp, for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. All right, let's get here. And then let's go to course. We didn't implement that yet, so let's go there and do that. So course landing page, let's go here, and yeah. So now we just need a nav link here, right? So nav link, right? Yes, and then let's just say 2. And then it's gonna be pretty much, where are we now? So that would be where I am right now. Well, yeah, whatever. So we're gonna say /courses /course ID. Is there such a thing in here? Or I guess /course.id /learn, right? And then, yeah, we end up here. So that's good. And yeah. Yeah, okay. And then let's get here. Let's actually see what the params are. It doesn't really like that. Yeah, because this should be course ID, right? So this should be I think course ID. Yeah, course ID is 1. Now, of course, we can utilize HTML5 history API state, and then when I click on that button, pass the course further down, and we will do that for the simplicity reasons, just not to deal with cache now and stuff like that, right? Jace, thank you very much for being here. As always, good night to you as well. And if you're around tomorrow, just come around. All right, so let's use my Axios wrapper here. And yeah, so we're gonna have course ID over here. We're gonna optimize this when we get to the point of needing to optimize. Right now we don't really need to do that. We don't care. And let's get this thing here. Let's import that. What else do we need? So we have all of that. Toaster. Yeah, let's actually do that. Who cares? Toaster. Yep. And yeah, we just need that effect, I guess, right? Yes. Let's import that. Let's say if. Okay, that's a bit crazy. Okay, so if is loading course, return that, right? Let's import the spinner. So just boilerplate. So we're preparing basically to just get to And now, I mean, at this point, really, like, so we will, so there's a lot of stuff here that's not, I wouldn't say optimized, but there's a lot of redundant stuff. We don't need to do a lot of those things like this, and we will not eventually when we get to the point where we're happy with this, because we don't need to be getting the whole course again, because, yeah, but, yeah, actually, in a way, it's actually fine. It's way more efficient, right? Yeah, so I think actually it's fine. Oh, this is actually the way to go. Okay, great. So now we are at the point where we can kind of start building this, right? And let's do that immediately. So build a very simple thing. So let's have a div. And let's have a section. Let's just say something like this. Let's have an... let's have a side, right? And here we're gonna have course dot. Pretty much we're gonna loop through in the same way that we did. If we go here, right? So we can pretty much steal that stuff, right? Yeah, so we can pretty much, right? We can pretty much do this, right? And yeah, do this with the exception that, yeah, we don't really need this. And no, that's actually completely wrong. I completely copied the wrong thing. Completely copied the wrong thing, right? So actually we need this. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it highly. Okay, so now if we go back here. Actually, no, where were we at? Over here, right? What is it complaining about? Yeah, some tag not being closed. Yeah, I guess this should be a side, right? And let's see what's actually failing. Something is failing. A property is reading map. Fair enough. Okay. So if it's loading a course, settings loading course. Yeah. Course. Ah. Okay. Good evening, gamer. Good, man. Good. It's going, right? Showing up every day, making progress. So I would say good, man. Very good. What about yourself? How is life? Nice, man. Congrats. Very good. Very good. Very good, man. Very nice. Okay, so we have this. So we're gonna. So basically, yeah. So if you just joined, so now we're building this, and again, we're not focusing on style. We don't care how things look like. We're building functionality. In maybe 1, 2, or 3 streams, we're gonna get to the point where everything's gonna be working, and then we'll focus on making things pretty and amazing and all of that stuff. Right now, we don't care, right? We don't care how things look like. Okay, so we just want to make sure that things are at the place where they should be, and that's pretty much what we care about, right? Shab, good evening, buddy. It's actually the OpenAI SDK. So all of those things are now lessons, right? And yeah, pretty much we want to have now some selected states, right? So const selected. Yeah, we can do something like that, right? And yeah, now it's time to start building this sort of stuff, right? So actually probably the initially selected lecture should be something, so it should be this one, the first one when you come, right? And we're gonna do that here. So let's say set selected lecture, right? And set course, and here we're gonna say that. Yeah, we can technically do this data course sections of, yeah, so that's kind of accurate, right? And then let's print it here just so we can kind of see it. Because when we come to this view, we want to basically see something, right? So we have the content, title, video URL, and stuff like that, right? So let's see React, YouTube. Is there something? Is there some library out there some wrapper that's gonna help us to something like this, right? Just so we don't smack in the default embeds, right? So is this the React YouTube library? Let's see. Let's research for 2 seconds. React YouTube. I guess that's the one, right? Yeah, that seems to be the one. Okay, well, let's use it, right? So pm add, great. Let's smack that in here. pm add React YouTube. Amazing. Okay. Oops. pm dev, great. Okay. And how do we use it? We're not going to be making any wrappers around it or anything. We're just going to use it as such, right? So let's, video ID class. Okay, that kind of sucks, but whatever. So it takes a video ID. Okay. Then probably eventually in our database, instead of storing the whole URL, we're going to be storing that the ID itself, right? Okay. So let's start with that. Let's paste this crap in here, right? And yeah, let's comment out most of this stuff, right? Let's comment most of this stuff out. Let's no, that's not what we want. Let's import this. Did we install it? React YouTube. Okay, so that's a bit strange. So let's call it YouTube. Let's call it React YouTube, right? Whatever, who cares? And then let's put this here, right? And yeah, let's not do anything here, just so it doesn't fail. And let's go over here to our thing. This should really be not doing much now. Let's see. So yeah, so we can see some YouTube. Obviously we don't see anything, but let's go here. So for now, just so we can make this work, let's split this, right? So we can say here, you know, this dot split by v is equal, right? And then of 1, right? So this should give us the ID, right? Okay. So let's grab this and let's go back here, right? And over here we're gonna say, what was it? Lecture.video URL, right? Yes. Okay. So here we can say selected lecture dot video URL, and then split that and give us just the ID, right? Great. So let's see if that works. And then, as you can see, it does. This is the video that I used basically as an example, right? So that's okay. Style object default loading. Options are ready on play on end. Let's see what we have on state change. Let's see what this library kind of offers. Okay, so there's some options we can pass, sure. Okay, so nice, we can hook into some events there, and that's all great, right? Let's oh my god, Vanix is here. Good evening, my friend. So let's say here opts, I guess that's what it's taking, right? And yeah, let's grab this crap. And yeah, so let's oops. Oh, that's an extra pair, isn't it? Patrick, thank you very much, dude. So autoplay, let's not do that, right? Let's see what we can actually set here. So right now, so that's obviously not what I want to do, right? The size itself, and it actually didn't respect that size anyway, right? Okay. Can we pass a class name here? It actually does take, so with full object contain, or yeah. This is gonna make any difference of any sort. Let's see. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense actually, but it's okay, right? It just doesn't make much sense. But okay, let's not get carried away by useless details. So again, we don't really care at all how things look like now. We just want to, again... Right. Run home, Alex is streaming. Let me go to views article. Let me just grab this. So how do we render the use tip tab to HTML? Yeah, so HTML content. Yeah, exactly. So this is what we need to do in the course details as well. So let's get over here. Let's import this fella. And then here we're gonna have to say, you know, course.content, I believe. Vince, you too, my friend. Thank you very much for coming by. Enjoy yourself, man. Have a great weekend, by the way. Alrighty, so we go somewhere over here. We do this stuff. We implement this stuff, I guess. And actually, let's see, selected lecture. Selected lecture is this. Content, yeah, so we do have the content, right? Give me 2 seconds. Use tip tab JSON parse generate HTML. Okay, so that's all fine, right? Let's see. So if I refresh this, so is there HTML content? Are we actually generating this properly? Give me a second. No, so it's undefined. Okay. Oh shit, my bad. Sorry, of course not. Of course not gonna work. Okay, so it has to be selected lecture.content. My bad. And now we should actually also be seeing the text beneath for that specific lecture, right? And that's great. So again, just building functionality. We don't care about looks. When everything works and is fully functional, we're gonna focus on colors and paddings and margins and layout and stuff like that, right? So right now, that's the least relevant stuff, right? The least relevant stuff. Okay, good. And let's make those clickable now, and then functionality in that sense should be pretty nice. So obviously now, yeah, when we let's add a handler somewhere. So whenever I click on a lecture, right, we want to set that lecture as selected. Super simple, right? So let's do that. So let's say, hey, whenever I click on a lecture title, so on click, we're gonna say, you know, set selected lecture. So set selected lecture, and it's gonna be a lecture, right? And that's great. Obviously, there's a lot more work here that we'll have to do. And let's see what the hell happens. Set on click. What is it? What is it that it's complaining about? Let's see. Yeah, of course, yes. Okay, fair enough. We are missing a conditional operator here, and we can do that in various ways. Marja, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Okay, great. So now if I click on something else, technically, let's actually see. Did we actually... DT code. Good evening, buddy. Yeah, I mean, it's I had a day off. It was we didn't work today here in Denmark, so it was a nice day. So yeah, a bit yeah, exactly, a bit later to tonight, yeah, than usual maybe, yeah. Exactly. How is life, man? How are you? How is everything going? Let me just make sure of one thing. So let's do that. Jesus Christ, man. Let me just print something here. Clicked lecture, right? Nice, man. Nice. Gonna make some cash. Cool. Very good. Very good. Oh, okay. So it actually does work. So what the hell? So what is this one? So this one has that generate. Okay, so it seems it's just that I have the same content in some of them, right? I just have the same content in some of them. Yeah, exactly. Generate images with AI node using the install and configure. Okay, I see. So yeah, actually technically it works. So that's the functionality we want, right? So as you click through different lessons in the sections, you get different content, different video and stuff, right? So let's do a bit of functionality now, right? So obviously we can say here we can say, okay, let's add some is active state, right? So let's say here class names, right? And we can say, hey, okay, oops, let's say class names, right? Come on, man, this shit, man, this Copilot sometimes is just pissing me off for no reason. Yeah, exactly. So okay, well now it helped at least. So you can see now, actually, we can see what you clicked on, right? So it's just those lesson titles here in the left are so long, it's crazy, right? So that's why I say eventually when the whole functionality works, we're gonna be fiddling with the UI and stuff like that, right? And then we can see the video for both of those is the same, which is why video is not changing, right? Okay, cool. So super simple so far. We didn't do anything crazy. But that is indeed the functionality, right? Have you tried the Astra framework? No, I have not. No, I actually never heard about that. No, never heard about that. I mean, DT code, right? I've been in this industry for so long that I don't necessarily care about those new frameworks, right? I focus on building products, right? So I don't really follow what's happening. I don't care about, right? I spoke about this many times in my stream. So, but in simple words, yeah, not to go into that discussion now, right? I don't genuinely follow that, right? Because there's nothing that those tools provide that's mind-blowing or sufficient to even consider them, right? So we need something groundbreaking to come, so it's worth even trying out, right? There's so many great tools today that if you learn one well, then okay, great. Okay, so again, trying not to focus on any style or anything like that, right? And I will not. So section title, lecture title, right? Just do some basic stuff. So yeah, okay. I'll do those other platforms that we're trying to get inspired by doing. Let's go here. Yeah, so this is how they have it, which is not bad, right? I don't dislike it at all. Yeah, this is not bad, right? Oops. Shit. Okay. Okay, so that, but that's where we're gonna be kind of getting at, right? That's where we're gonna be getting at over the next few days. So yeah, so if we go back here, so yeah, so we'll have a lot of stuff to do design wise, right? When we get to that point, so we'll need to design this landing page of courses, and then finalize the landing page of a single course, and then this view, right, of details, and then basically your dashboard for creating courses, right? So I need to actually fix that, right? So there's several different views, right? And you have the dashboard for creating them, and then you have and then we'll need to put that link somewhere in the top, I guess, as well. But yeah, you're gonna open up a course, you're gonna enroll in a course, and then you're gonna see table of contents, reviews, the author who wrote it, the description, and then you're gonna basically go to the actual course, right? Just, yeah, so this is how they have it. Then learn and then lecture. I see. Okay, so maybe we're gonna end up doing something very similar, right? Yeah, fair enough, absolutely. DT code sounds good, my friend. I'm gonna also round up in like, actually maybe right now. Thank you for coming by, and I'll be hacking tomorrow in a stream earlier, so if you're around, just come around, let's hang out. Awesome, fellas. Well, let me actually round up here as well then. Tomorrow we're gonna continue. I'm gonna actually stream a bit, likewise. Right back at you, my friend. Right back at you. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna continue basically with this. So slowly but surely we're kind of getting there. We're building the stuff out. Yeah, there's gonna be more work on this. We'll need to, and I'm actually looking forward to that. So we're probably in one of the next streams we're gonna actually implement Castle, right? So we will need to do some proper research about how we want to approach access control lists and access management in the project, because that you need to do that really well if you want a social platform like this with groups and companies and organizations and courses and stuff like that, right? So in one of the next streams we'll be probably either trying Castle or Let's Castle JS alternatives, right? So there's what was there? Any good role-based authentication? Let's see. Yeah, so we'll research. We'll do this in one of the. Is this the best cast? Okay, I'm actually gonna watch some of those videos, maybe some of the YouTube videos as well, so we can kind of have a good. But I've actually used this. I've implemented this Dream Data where I work. So I think we most likely gonna use this for Programmer Network as well. All right, let me just check how many of you have signed up this stream. I think few of you, yeah, 3 people have signed up, which is good, not bad. Okay, guys, I'll need to round up now. It's midnight here, it's 12 o'clock, and I'm actually tired like hell. So I'll catch you guys up tomorrow. And thank you for being here as always. What is to say? Take care of yourselves, have a happy weekend, and I'll catch you guys up tomorrow, okay? Peace out, cheers.